Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge, of course, for the BNR Cup Series this Saturday evening. And we're running it at Talladega Super Speedway, brought to you by RBS Racing and, of course, Mike's Paint and Design. You can find links to the sponsor today in our chat. It's going to be awesome. Not only in our chat, but our chat on Facebook and YouTube. You can find a Discord link to get a hold of Mike. He's got some great designs in the field already, and we're going to have a ton of fun. These drivers are loading in. We do have the most famous words in all of NASCAR and iRacing right here.
On behalf of RBS Racing and Mike's Paints, I'd like to say,
gentlemen, start your engines.
And you're going to hear him roll off the grid here. It's going to be great. They're going to be able to roll in. We're going to kind of go through the field here. Let them crank it up. Put the engines on, lock. Rev them up and enjoy the day. I will tell you, we are going to have some fun. Talladega Super Speedway. If you missed it in Gym City Racing the other day, we had a good little race over there that we were able to be a part of, and now we're going to have a ton of these guys out here as they get their field ready to rock and roll here. Little camera views, little different things for you as you see the field revving it up, getting ready to go. That was Sean Burke, part of the RBS team, and they're going to be in the field. Let's take a look at your starting grid, brought to you by Mike's Paint and Design. Make sure that you get into that Discord, get your iRacing paints done, because it'll be a ton of fun to see what you're going to be able to do. Dakota Kramer's going to be your pole sitter. Philip Bridgman, the most popular driver, in my opinion, here in the Cup Series, just because of how much you guys shout him out. He's going to be there in second. He's going to have some competition, though, because we got a driver from Lights Out Esports in here. Shane White's going to start behind him in that number 11 machine. Sean Burke is going to be there to the inside. There is Sean with the RBS team. He's driving a different number today. He's normally the 7, but he's going to have the 223 on the side of that machine. He's going to start there in fourth. Richard Johns, Bud Shearer, and Justin Reynolds. Jeff Ramsdale make up the next two rows. Richard Crane, Nathan Bogart, that'll make up through row number 5. Ryan Chapman, Sam Blackwell will be out there in row number 6. Let's roll in. Sam Harrell's going to be there with Anthony Zirkle, Jerry West, Chris Spencer back out there as well. I know that those teammates are going to try to work together as well. Brian Huntley Jr., Tyler Bellinger, that's going to be the next row, row 9. Dustin German and Brandon Moore will be there in row 10. Mr. Goat Racing Machine himself was trying to get his camera set up, and I must have just missed something there. So I want to make sure that we get him set up by the next race. Brian Beach is going to be out there as well, but he is streaming right now, so if you can get out there and watch him, it'll be a ton of fun. John Hammond's going to be there with Cameron Smith in row number 12. Down the list, Austin Moore and Rob's going to be out there. Robert Amaral is going to be out there. I think he's running the numbers. I don't think he is racing. Somebody's out there running the numbers for us. It's going to be a ton of fun, folks. It is Talladega Super Speedway Racing. 50% fuel. Race info on your screen there. 50% fuel. 85 laps, 1 fast repair, 3 tires plus the one they start with. 107-degree track temperature and the 2.6-mile track. Dakota ready to take them to the field, and we know how Fred the Barney Flagman does. Go 88, says Buck out there. Good to see you, Buck. Thank you for cheering everybody on the other day in Gym City Racing Network. Those guys are absolutely a ton of fun. That is how the stands look. And we'll have some great cameras. We'll have some great action. And we know that this race is going to be interesting. We're going to see exactly what they're going to be able to do for 225 miles. Talladega about to roll. Green flag's going to wave right here. We're in it. Start of the race already underway. Bridgman to the outside. It's going to have Shane Wyatt behind him. Burke there to the inside as you see the RBS Chevy Camaro trying to push that Microsoft. I wonder if Kramer is using Microsoft. I would assume that he's using Microsoft. Come on now. BNR Cup Series has been super aggressive, been great when it comes to the way they've been able to drive, and you can watch how these cars, they just got an update too. So I think we're going to see more competitive cars. It's not going to be that single file racing that we've been used to in the super speedways here recently. So the 88 gets a great run on the outside with the 11. The 81's going to be right behind John's, trying to make some things work to the outside. Toyota's all in the mix. And now Shane needs to get that. That number 11 car needs to get right back into the mix. What's up, Steve? Good to see you. It's dang it time. I do believe John's might be falling back. There's the 81. I think who was it? The 00. Justin Reynolds in there. There's Mr. Reynolds. He is in the mix. He normally runs the 00. Shane White drops to the inside, finds his lane with the 97, and now he's going to pop down, make that inside line work the way that he does. Cameron Smith went ahead and left pit lane. Jeff Ramsdale right behind him. Bridgman trying to hold on, and right behind him, Reynolds is trying to put his nose right to the back bumper level. Here's a look at it right here. Oh, gives him a look. He says, "Let's go. Come on, let's go. Into the triangle. Let's go." Almost frees him up there. National Guard Mountain Dew 10. He's driving the 10 today, and that is what is good. Colorado Jim. Hey, Colorado, how are you doing, Gemini? Gemini, one of the people that I follow out there. She does a lot of fun games. Fastest lap of the race ran by Austin Moore just this time by. He's trying to pick up some spots on the inside as they continue to run. Remember, these cars run 15 to 18 laps on a half tank. I do believe that's pretty close to what they're going to be able to run. 30, 35, depending on if you're out front. Dakota Kramer right now leading single file with Burke behind Shearer, Wyatt, Ramsdale. Let's go. Shane says TMF out there. Good to say thank you, TMF, for the follow as well. Shane getting some love. I was talking about our most popular driver that we've had in the series so far is the 88. I'm telling you, Shane's gonna put some dampening on that a little bit. 49.08 for Tyler Bellinger, the number 42. He's driving the crispy M&M's 42 Toyota Camry. Nathan in the 66 driving a new paint scheme today as well. I wanted to go over paint schemes and talk about paint schemes. I was looking at Mr. Zirkel's paint scheme back here, and it's supposed to have been updated. So let me go and re-download the paint. I want to make sure that his paint scheme is updated. Right there, Jerry West. Very competitive. One of the drivers that when we were driving around on Thursday, just you could tell that he was ready to push and shove and get himself in the mix. You're sponsored him? Oh, well, yes, you definitely have to support him. There it is. Well, Team, throw your links out there in the chat for me in Twitch. I'd appreciate it if you did it. Maybe I can get them all shared out there. I appreciate you, man. 1066. Inside-outside moves. Anthony Zirkel wins the fastest lap of the race that time by, and they are midline. Teammates back-to-back, 66, 61. Dakota still out front, trying to hold on. I am updating paint, so as paints update, we will see exactly what they're going to be doing. I should let you put your links for your stuff out there. I encourage you, if anybody's got links out there for drivers, if you are sponsoring any of these drivers, I encourage you to get out there, throw them in there. I want to know what you guys are doing. Absolutely kill it. 5 laps in, outside line, not moving anymore. Justin Reynolds trying to hold on down here. There's the 34 on the low side. That's Sam Harrell. Sam gave us a like out there on Facebook as well. You know what, driver? The MohawkFoundation.org. Awesome, brother. I appreciate that. Who's the driver you know that's going to be on tomorrow? That's what I'm going to call Jim. A lot of single file stuff going on right here. I thought the outside line was going to be able to be pushed here. And with the way that iRacing made that update, I was curious to see if that was going to happen. And I do believe Zirkel did have this paint updated, so it is looking better now. He's got the Gym City breast cancer and ALS research charity. Hence the very paint. Hey, I like it. Team F, appreciate you very much. For putting that in the chat. I like seeing what you guys are doing out there. Chris Spencer had an issue on his lap one. I think he might be, I don't know if he's having internet issues or something's going on, but outside line is working. Richard Johns, Bud Shearer to the outside. Bud Shearer, part of the RBS team. RBS Racing team, an absolute wonderful field of drivers. They've been great. Sean Burke was the driver that had the command at the beginning. He is currently in second behind Dakota Kramer. Has just been there, been trying to be patient. And right behind him his teammate Bud Shearer. Shane Wyatt parked his butt right there in fourth as soon as he could, and that's exactly where he's at. But a blast. Thank you to everybody out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Make sure that you get out there and follow us on all the platforms. We love to do it. And if you could reach up on Facebook or YouTube, give us that like, hit the notification bell, let you know when we go live. Steve Tucker giving us 100 stars out there. 100 biddies on the table says, "What's up?" Dang it, baby. 3 weeks in a row. Thank you very much for doing that. Bill giving us a share out there on Facebook and liking the stream as well. Make sure you do that. I'd appreciate it if you did. Let's ride along with driver. We do have some driver cams today. And let's start with the teammates. Circle. A little bit of the gyro cam working on today. Here's the cockpit of Anthony Zirkle. I will be on tomorrow, absolutely. I will be definitely playing, or not playing, I'll be streaming this tomorrow as well. We've got it'll be in the afternoon. It will be the Outcast Racing. Oh, everybody getting a little bit dicey there. Zirkle able to hold on to it. Somebody got free right there. No caution. And a lot of drivers back off of the track there. Bogart to the front here. Let's go to Nathan and see what Nate's doing here. He's trying to catch back up with the field as well. Go, baby boy says, "Hey, D Zirkle, how are you doing?" Baby boy is trying to work that top 10 out. Drivers going low for the race leaders here. As you see, Mr. Nathan Bogart, the number 66 driving machine, having a good time, having a good old-fashioned slugfest on the high line. And his camera kind of messing up there. We don't want to do too much to him here. He's running a few little things in the National Guard. So something about Nathan Bogart, his wife is deployed right now. So how about we take just about 10 seconds for a moment of silence for all of our folks deployed here and there, and of course for our law enforcement and police officers and those out there needing that extra moment of silence. Great time to be here. iRacing, the platform from Raw Sim Racing. Go to iRacing.com. Start your membership today. Dakota Kramer has not given up that low line. Sean Burke is there to the inside. Green flag pit cycle is going to be a big factor here. Bud Shearer is going to be in the mix as well. Right behind his teammate, there is Sean Burke, part of the RBS team. Remember, Mike's Paint and Design. Go find that link in Facebook and YouTube in the chats in the description. Make sure that you go and join his Discord. Get your paint done by him. Absolutely fantastic guy, and we couldn't ask for it. RBS stands for where is we're gonna go? We're actually gonna put the field on there. Of course, Bud Shearer is part of that team. That's the S. The B is the Sean Burke, and the R is to our good friend. Where did he go? 793. And where he at? What happened to him? John Hammond out there running the numbers for us. Brandon Moore doing that as well. Robert DeMarle as being a great time. Where'd he go? Dillingham. There's the lady. Thank you, Bev Diesel, for the follow out there. Appreciate you. Jerry West and company running the fastest lap of the race. Right in front of him, there he is, Justin Reynolds. The R is for Reynolds right there. There's the number 10. He's driving the number 10 today, but he's the number 0 on your 00 on your relative right there. Jerry West in the 4.859 fastest laps, and now they're starting to pick up some pace here as he and Dustin German and Brian Beach right behind him. They're all starting to find their groove. Shane Wyatt trying to work the inside line with the 36 here. They get a huge run into the middle pack as we'll see Anthony Zirkle and the 66 work together. These are teammates. And they've got some company. I do believe they might have some help today. They've been able to make it work, make it stick. They're doing a phenomenal job. Great to see them working. Somebody that's working with them is Dakota Kramer. He's the race leader. So they're trying to get their way up to him and go in on the same pit cycle, go in and find the right frame of mind and do what they do. Let's go, Justin, the biggest cheerleader. Appreciate it. Thank you for the follow out there as well. Justin getting some love. Mr. Reynolds. There he is. Speaking of Mike's Paint Designs, you see those very, very clean, very, very nice paint schemes for the 10, the 93 of Bud Shearer right there, and of course Sean Burke. Well, those are all done by Mike. Mike put a little pink throwback scheme going on right there. Wanted to check out. Does Shane have your logos on? There it is. I like that logo. The Mohawk Foundation. I like it. It's got a little rear damage there. Probably got a little nose to the back bumper of that. That's not hurt anything. That spoiler still looks pretty decent. And that nose looks just fine. So he is doing all right. He's off 6 spots from the start of the race, but they've got that inside line running 18. Brian Huntley Jr. trying to go to the front. We watched him lead in the Gym City Racing Xfinity race just the other day. Gonna have the 88 to the inside side draft for the 2 drivers. As right now, the 66 looks to try to climb up the track and find himself back to the back bumper of the 18. He's trying to close that distance in and give a big shove to that Toyota in front of him. 3 Chevys. Toyota, Brian Huntley Jr. trying to make the outside line work as they continue to move forward around the corner. This is where they go. Let's look at what Sean Burke is doing here in the gyro cam. Look at this run that he's going to get right here to the back bumper. And trying to make it work. Trying to make it stick. Out of the throttle, into the corner. Peter Lyman all 2.6 miles to the bottom line, 2.66 on the top line. Harder to go around the backstretch and no shrimp on the laptop. James, thank you very much. Thank you for the chat out there. Totally having a great day for the broadcast. Let's go to Philip Bridgman here. Here's a look at that camera as well. Zirkle Reynolds having an issue. Let's go back out and see what happened here. Anthony Zirkle and Justin Reynolds having an issue. Something going on back here. They had to, it says they crashed. We're going to take a look here. 61. Oh, up into the wall. Trying to hold it up into the wall. Oh, the 10, trying to miss the 10. They're down below the apron there. They're going to have to go to pit road. Something happened to our good friend Zirkle. And I think something right there is going to end up hurting him. Man, oh man, he's going to have the toe. Jim and I thank you for the like out there. James, thank you for all the shares. I appreciate you. Rachel, thank you for the like. I appreciate you, dear. Absolutely amazing. And James, thank you for the like as well. You're just killer, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all the likes out there on YouTube as well. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody out on Twitch. You're amazing. Keep rolling. It happened. It happened. We saw it. First caution's coming out now. As we will take a look. I think Justin Reynolds, this happened on Thursday too, where a caution on Talladega that should have been a caution, because if we go back and look at what happened to Zirkle and right there, I think Zirk had something, I don't know if it happened with his wheel or something right there, but he tapped the wall, and that should have brought out a caution. You can't double like it. That's okay. It's okay. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do here. They are in pit lane, so that at least will play a factor. So they'll be able to get their stuff taken care of. They'll be a lap down. I know Reynolds is coming off pit road. He should be a lap down. Drivers are going to come into. This is a good chance for them to come pit road anyway. They're about to start making those green flag pit stops. They're starting to think about making those green flag pit stops. So we'll see what they do. Thank you, Rach. I appreciate you very much for doing what you're doing out there. You're amazing. Von Traeger 41, thank you for the follow out there on Twitch. You're all amazing. One of the best communities out there are the iRacing communities, and so if you're out there and you support your racers, I'm super happy for you. John Burke, second. Jeff Ramsdale in third. There's the 97. We were working together on Thursday when I got in and helped him out. There's Bud Shearer as well. Phil Bridgman in fifth. He's off 3, but he's been able to hold on. He had connection issues the other day, but I think he's going to be good here. You don't understand cars and racing, but they look fire. They do. They do. Simulation racing. These guys are in their homes playing a video game, just like we like to do. Anthony Zirkle went ahead and went to pit road. So Zirkle who tapped the wall and tapped the right side. They do have a fast repair to use here, but only one. And Zirkle is going to need to come back around. I think he was still on the lead lap. So I'll put Justin Reynolds, who went ahead and took, I don't know if he took the fast repair. It looks like he didn't because of the debris that's still on the car. But he will get a free pass here, so he'll start at the tail end of the field. He'll be on a different pit cycle, but it doesn't mean he's not going to come in a little earlier, come and try to find something here. There goes Cameron Smith. So Cameron Smith will be the lucky dog. Justin Reynolds will get the free pass this time around, so they'll be back on the lead lap. So not that much damage, not that no harm, no foul kind of thing. Phil Bridgman comes in, takes fuel, and right sides. Actually, I think he just took fuel. I don't even think he took right side. Sean Burke, who went ahead and did the same thing. Sam Harrell, Bud Shearer, and what happened to the pole sitter? Go to Kramer coming out seventh. I think he had a good pit stop. I think he just sat a little bit too long on pit road. Oh, man. The way it is. It's the way it goes. That's just the way it is. We go back to racing. I think we're going to be doing some of this. Little sounds of iRacing, brought to you by my partner in the booth. That's going to be Texas Family Racing. They're an absolute dream organization, great people, great things. Justin Reynolds did not get the free pass there. I'm curious to know why, but we're going to go sounds of iRacing for a little bit, and we'll see what we can do for him. As right now, Phil Bridgman leads the field before they go back to Green Flag Racing. Texas Family Racing MG. Is a part of the field, and they are absolutely a thrill. Thank you very much. Happy to be part of it. Hey, they're a great organization. Texas Family not only is a hotshot group out of Texas, Texas_Kelva on Twitch. He does some gaming, some streaming. He also drives an iRacing. You're going to be able to check out Texas Family Racing Thursday nights starting here in a couple of weeks. Actually, not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. We're going to be streaming the Wheels America Cup Series. You'll see that promotional video here in just a little bit. Absolute fantastic to see what folks are doing. It's just insane. TMF. Thank you very much. Yeah, most fan interactions you've seen. I appreciate you. I try to make sure that you guys know that we want to make. I love the race, and the race is beautiful. I love seeing what the drivers are doing. Talladega is always an awesome racetrack, but it's just important to make these guys look good and make you guys feel good about what you're doing. So I appreciate you very much. Sounds of iRacing coming up. Pace car is going to dive off, and we're going to have some fun here for a couple of laps. We're going to go through these cars, and then we'll go through the running order whenever we get back to good. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't. It's going to be fun. Bridgman, Burke, Shearer, Harrell, Kramer, Ramsdale, Wyatt, Crane, Johns, Bogart. It's going to be your top 10 on the restart. Some drivers went back to pit road. I think they went and splashed their gas to make sure that they had enough, maybe to go a lap or two on it, be on a different cycle than everybody else. I'm curious to see what we're going to do here and how they're going to run, because I talked about that pit strategy and the fuel strategy being that they have fuel in these cars. That's going to be interesting to see when they get up and running. Oh, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Make sure you hit that follow button, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I appreciate everybody out there. Thank you very much to the BNR Cup Series. Thank you to Mike's Paint and Design. Find that Discord link in Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, and always thank you to the RBS team. Talladega Super Speedway, if you're not first, you're last, right? That's exactly what they're supposed to be. As there is the man himself, Fred the Barney Flagman. I call him Fred the Flagman. iRacing calls him Barney, so he has two names. He has two first names. Fred the Barney Flagman. They're going to be ready to go here as they come around. Pace cars in, and they are about to light it up. Green flag is going to wave right about here. Here it is. You hear the virtual crowd? Well, there you go. They're off. Turn to the corner into turn one. Look at him run. Quickly here, thank you to Texas Family MG for being a part of my broadcast booth and helping me out with all the sounds and everything that I do here. Bridgman falls back to second as Burke works his way to the front. Right now, Harrell on the outside trying to find his way. He led the most laps so far before the caution. He led all 18 of them. So we're going to see exactly where he's going to be able to make that stick. Ramsdale and Wyatt to the inside. We watched that run they got to be able to make that work. I think Shane trying to find his way to the back bumper. Drifts up a little bit there. I didn't know if he was going to go high and try to put himself out in front of Rich Crane up here, but he didn't. Or not in front of Rich Crane, Bud Shearer up here. So we'll see the RBS team trying to work together. Brian Huntley Jr. right behind. Dakota Kramer trying to find, he's got that inside line working, and he does have a little bit of help. Right behind him, he's got a virtual teammate in the form of Nathan Bogart right there. There's the sixth, the Ryan Chapman. Mr. Chapman out there in there having a great old time. And thank you to everybody out there in the chats tuning in and having a phenomenal day. Austin Moore in the 45. I don't know why I said Brandon Moore. Brandon's on the bottom side here. Austin Moore driving the McDonald's Toyota. He is absolutely just blowing the outside line away. He's just far enough away from the 18. Now, I will tell you that the 18 will shove you around this track. He is no stranger to super speedway racing. He is in the Tri-Oval. He is all up the back rear spoiler of that 93. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Sean Burke, your race leader here, 25 laps in. We've got about 60 laps to go here in the field. And it is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Through the order, let's go through your biggest movers and your biggest groovers. Justin Reynolds back here in this mixture, trying to get himself with the 9, trying to hook up here and work Cameron Smith back to the front. He would be your lucky dog if they had an issue here. And Cameron trying to hold on. It's going to have the 3 behind. So you think that's Sam Blackwell right there. So these drivers trying to compete for some positions. The 3 is going to be right there with the 10. So now the 10, the 3, and the 9 can work together. If they can get single file, they can start catching up some of this time that they are losing at the moment. But we'll see how they go. Justin Reynolds trying to catch back up to his teammates. He is a lap down. Chris Spencer back in the field. He is working with some folks up here. He's 5 laps down. There's nothing wrong with trying to be competitive. He was super fast in the Xfinity race. We'll see exactly what he's doing here. As 18, Brian Huntley Jr. slides up to try to pull more with him. Brian Huntley Jr. Up 16 spots. Austin Moore in the 45 up 23. Sean Burke right back where he started. And right now they're getting dicey. 96, or the 56 up high. Sorry, 96. He is the 96. 96 up high. They're going to go ahead and let him fall back just a little bit, so he's still 5 laps down. He was up there being competitive, though. Brian Huntley Jr., race leader on the outside, the 233, a.k.a. Sean Burke in the 7 machine. Driving the Mike's, and the Mike's, Huntley not able to avoid that line. Almost gets himself 3 wide there. And trying to make that high line work, it ends up almost costing him there. He's got the 45 of Austin Moore with him. And it does look like John's to the outside. Oh, somebody's getting tagged. They save it, though. Nice. 81 still tags. Rich Johns down low. Frames the wall. Man. Richard Johns dropping down low. He's going to have to come to pit road. He was able to. I thought he had it saved. I did. Sean Burke leading with Philip Bridgman to the inside. John's going to pit road. I do believe he has that fast repair. Here's what happened. A little bit of a dicey situation here. Let's far chase that really quickly before anything else can change. 81 was to the outside of the 45. A little bit of Nedco pops him up there. He saves it. Shane does a great job of driving down the track. And then right there, the 23 holds on to it, and the 81 comes straight down. It's that wall. They're wrecking. And I just missed all of that. You know what? We're going to back it up. Back it up. Missing the hard-hitting action. I think Brian Huntley Jr. was going to the outside right there. And just when I went to talk about one, here's another. There's the run from the 18 right to Sean Burke here. Trying to side draft. Oh, the 88 gets to the back bumper, and that clips into Shane, into a couple of the other drivers. Oh, and Kramer involved. Holy cow. Well, a chance for a fast repair. And, man. Unfortunate circumstances. Let's stop it right here. I want to see. We can look at it. Now, he was trying to side draft. He got that run. We're going to follow along with the 18 of Brian Huntley Jr. here. What happened was the 88 was trying to get to the back bumper, and I think he just gave him too much of a tap. The 18 pulled the air off of the 7, and then that's what caused him to slow down. That's something that is very real here. We'll take a look here. Here's the run that the 18 had. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to go outside. He does that. And right here, side drafts, keeps himself mid or center lane, holds on. And then, boom. One more time, we're going to go here, and then we're going to go to, let's back that up. We're going to back it up just a little bit. I'm going to go to Shane. I'm going to see what happened to Shane here. Shane Wyatt was very much involved in that. And I want to see what it looked like from his point of view, because they had a run on him after that turn. And on the backstretch, Shane was just trying to peek his nose, trying to see what he does here. Joinroute.com driver in front of him. They get into the corner, and this is a little tag down there. And this is almost unavoidable. Right here, he's out of the gas. Oh, man. That's all right. They do have a fast repair, so that is something they can be able to take. They will be able to take care of. Jerry West is your race leader. Came out on 19. Your lucky dog's going to be Justin Reynolds. Was able to avoid that, so he's going to be back on the lead lap. A chance for him to come down pit road. And there is Richard Johns in the 81. He was able to save it, so he is going to be back on the lead lap as well. Shane Wyatt coming off pit road. He's got himself a brand new Toyota. Brian Huntley Jr. doing the same thing. Needing every bit of it. Richard Johns in the 81. I think Rich was, I think he should be a lap down. There's the 36, Rich Crane in 5th. Ryan Chapman in 6th. Jeff Ramsdale right back where he started. It's got something missing on the back of that car. But I bet he's trying to just hold on and make sure that he does. Unlucky pink strikes again. None of the guys can catch a break in the last couple of months. You know what? He's got a fast repair. And don't count him out just yet. Sam Harrell right there in 8th, as Bud Shearer in 9th, Dustin German in 10th. and you guys are pretty easy going. Good little drive off for him. Reynolds into pit road. He's going to go ahead and leave pit road. He will be back on the lead lap here. Chris Spencer went ahead and got himself a free pass, so he is 4 laps down now, not 5. And he will take that. Jerry West is going to be a race leader. And I'm going to hydrate. Now hydrate, folks. Whatever you're drinking, water, soda, whatever you want to see. We're going to be back at it again, Jerry. Yep, I had to mute myself. It's all good. I had to hydrate. Went back to green there. I had to have... Life happens, folks. Sometimes I have to stop what I'm saying. There's the green flag. I wanted to ride along with Shane and Brian Huntley Jr., 2 virtual teammates here for the Talladega Super Speedway. They are working together. Shane, this is Shane's first race here in this BNR Cup Series as well. Brian Huntley Jr., the league owner there. Yeah, I'm echoed. Why am I echoed? I shouldn't be echoed at all. Chris, thank you very much out there. I'll double check and see. Wyatt out front. And a good run, good fun. Wyatt, Huntley, Crane, and Chapman. I want to make sure. We'll double check some things here. I got a moderator out there. She's looking for me. Dane Wyatt, Brian Huntley Jr., Rich Crane. And I was going through the order. Let's go through the top 20. Here is Austin Moore up 5 from 25th and 20th. Justin Reynolds got back on the lead lap now and is trying to work his way back to the front. He started in 8th. He's in 19th off 11. Bud Shearer trying to work with his teammates as well, get himself back to the front. Bud Shearer off 13, started 5th. Sean Burke started 3rd, is in 17th off 14 after just a few little bitty conundrums. Anthony Zirkle is off 2. He's got his teammate Nathan Bogart in front of him. They just ran the fastest lap of the race with Sean Burke behind. Sean Burke 48.59. That would be the official fastest lap of the race so far. These guys were off 5 and 2. Nathan Bogart and Anthony Zirkle. Cameron Smith up 10 positions from the start of the race. Tyler Bellinger up 5 and is trying to hold on to it. There's a lot going on. A lot's going to happen. A lot's going to shake up here, especially if that outside line starts to roll. Charles Van Scoik, he and Nate's trying to work that line to the outside. Has the 42 with him. Has the 3 up there as well. So all these drivers making positions, making a move. Dustin German falling back just a little bit, still up 8 spots. Nathan Bogart trying to work himself back into that top 10 position. Dan Blackwell up 1 right in front. There's Dustin German. Jerry West trying to get himself back in the mix as well. Has an opportunity with the 17. They're going to go high as Brian Beach was dominant as well in the high lane in the Xfinity cars on Thursday. Is going to be able to make it work and make it see. Jerry West just doing its job. My moderator says I'm okay. So as long as she says I'm okay, that's the way it works. So thank you very much to everybody out there. Brian Beach now utilizing that high line, 34 up high, 3 wide, 34 of Harrell. Sam Harrell was trying to go with him. But I think this team is like, look, I'm going, and we're going to make it work. Sam Harrell needs to drop back down. Now they're going to be able to utilize that 2x2 strategy here. 81 trying to go with driver there. 6 of Ryan Chapman. Looked like he was going to poke his nose out there. It's okay. I want to know, Chris, don't ever apologize, folks. I want to know. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much for what you're doing. I want to know what you folks are, if something doesn't sound right, if it doesn't sound normal to my standards, then I want to know. I appreciate you. I just want to make sure. Sometimes it happens. And I did have to mute myself so that way I can have a quick conversation. Because I have a 7-year-old, folks. It happens. Rich Crane, Ryan Chapman, Sam Harrell, all led by 2 Toyotas. Shane White, Brian Huntley Jr., 1 and 2. I talked about Brian Huntley Jr. being one of the guys that is not afraid to push. He will get right to the back bumper of Shane and shove him down this racetrack if he can find that closing gap. 38 of 85. They all came to pit road on 29. 18 drops up high. Just a little bit to get himself a little bit closer to that bumper. This is what I'm talking about, trying to pull. So what he did was he burped the air off of the back of the 11, and now on the front stretch gets himself right to the back quarter panel, and they're holding on to it. The Mohawk Foundation, number 11, followed by the Interstate Battery, 18. 2 Toyotas, but the outside line is not done. There's the 34 of Sam Harrell. Trying to work that 34. He says, just do it. And that Chevy Camaro ZL1 from the Gen 6 cars. They are really starting to try to find some ground here. Most of what's happening here is they're trying to test. You got to test the limits of these cars. You got to test where they need to be. 34 getting a big shove from the 17. 17 trying to utilize that back right quarter panel, or the back right part of the bumper right there to give him a big run down into the corner and drop the car in. Something that I'm not seeing these cars do. They're not coming down into that second lane as much when it comes to being on the front stretch. And so that makes that tri-oval a little bit dicier. All good things. All good things. Brian Beach in the 17. We're going to follow along and give ourselves some justice here. That's that bump that I'm talking about. He's utilizing, that's his center camera on the nose. Almost turns the 34 into the corner. But they're gaining some ground on fourth into the corner, but it's not really working. Brian Beach needs somebody to shove the back of that car. Here goes Brian right back to it one more time. Ooh, almost gets to the back quarter panel. Ooh, nearly making me nervous. There's, I'm going to back the camera up just a little bit. That's the nose of the car. What is he doing? He's just love tapping right there. '81 goes high. That's John's. He is out of line now, so they're going to be 3 wide. I do believe this is about to get spicy. Let's go. Brian Huntley says, Stinker Buns out there. Thank you very much. With headphones, you can sometimes hear my voice pan in weird ways. What it is it's that, and there's not much I can do about that. I try to make sure that I fix those weird pans and stuff like that because of the software, OBS or Streamlabs. They use that the RSS feed sound suppression. That's kind of what it does. I am using a condenser microphone which runs in stereo and trying to split that up between OBS and what happens with the other with OBS and the sound systems. That's what makes it. If it makes me pan, that's only because I'm moving around. I'm doing lots of different things. So it's a ton of fun. Wyatt, Huntley, Crane, Bogart, Chapman. That's your top 5. And it is time for the all-important commercial break. I will be right back after these messages, and we'll see you real soon.
Ladies and gentlemen of the iRacing community, the Outcast Racing League will be hosting a cash prize fundraiser event, 80 laps fixed setup at Talladega Speedway on January 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with a $10 admission for a chance to win up to a $100 first place, $50 second place, and $25 third place prize based on a max field of 40. Prize money subject to change based on size of field.
All right, Xenon, thank you for the follow out there. I appreciate you very much. Shane Wyatt, Brian Huntley Jr., Rich Crane, everybody trying to work some things. There was a little bit of an echo that time because I selected the race volume twice, so apologies about that. Got buttons I'm pushing. I was playing with some settings to make sure that I was doing okay. That is exactly what's going to happen. Thank you to the Wheels America Cup Series coming on board here very, very shortly in a couple of weeks. Thank you to the BNR Cup Series for being my Saturday night broadcast, iRacing.com for having a platform for me to be able to do this on, and all of you out there as well. being a part of the Warrior Nation, what I call the Signature Esports Warrior Nation, because you're all warriors. It's what I used to call all of my soldiers when I was in the Army, just being a warrior. I think Zirkle, Bogart, and Kramer are trying to work together here and get themselves back up front. And I tell you, Bogart is trying to hold that car, but he keeps getting a rear end full of the 61, trying to plant that nose into the back bumper, and they're just trying to figure out where they're going here. They are starting to catch Wyatt and Huntley, but I think that's only because Rich Crane is not buttoned up right to the back bumper of the 18. The 18 can only do so much. He needs a little bit of that air off of that back rear spoiler to be able to get any kind of horsepower out of the corner. And right now, the 18 trying to will that 11 forward. Shane Wyatt does get past here. You'll start to see exactly where that run's going to come from, and he'll be able to gain that speed. He might be able to be defensive here. I'm not quite sure if he's ready to do that yet. Maybe just kind of take it easy, lead some more laps here, see what he can do, and do the right thing. Bogart right there. Somebody dropped low there. Thought maybe they were coming off the track. There's Mr. Goat Racing himself, to number 23, rolling. I do enjoy us checking on our drivers. Let's check in on Mr. Zirkle as he's pushing his teammate around the field. Oh, they're coming to pit road. Even Nathan Bogart, Anthony Zirkle is going to be leading here. So the leader's going to come to pit road. I do believe that was the time that they were going to do it. And here's the little nose camera of the 61. They all came to pit road on lap 29, so that puts them 19 laps, almost 20 laps on these tires here. 17 laps. So I was pretty close to it. 15 to 18, 15 to 19 laps. It was pretty good. Pretty close. Not always right, but sometimes I like to be right. Right now, Bogart out front. That's the teammates there. Zirkle and Nate. And I encourage you folks, if you want to get out there and you want to help these folks out, then get in there and do so. These two teammates are coming to pit road. Bud Shearer is going to stay out. And he's going to lead this race, and I don't think that he has anybody with him. So we'll let those drivers come in, take their pit stops, and, do their thing. RBS Racing, sponsor for the race. Bud Shearer is a part of that team. There is that Mike's Paint and Designs paint scheme. The 93 is running today, and it looks pretty darn old fantastic there. Way to support not only your team, but the sponsor of the race. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you to Mike for bringing some attention to the series and being a part of sponsoring an iRacing series. Super awesome, super killer. Does look like Sean Burke is going to be coming off pit road first. Went ahead and took fuel only. Jerry West will be right behind him. Shane was in on pit road first, but he's up to speed. I was going to say he and his teammate came to pit road. They should be good to go here. At least 2 more green flag pit stops. That's going to happen. There's just no way to make it on fuel, I don't think. So Bud Shearer is your race leader. He's going to come to pit road. I do believe he might just go ahead and take fuel. That's all that I would do. 223. The 7 has Jerry West behind him. Dustin German with him as well. They came in on 48. So those drivers are good to go. They had a great pit stop. They came in and took just a little bit. Shane Wyatt in 4th with Brian Huntley Jr. right behind him. Mr. Van Scoik Racing Machine. There's the teammates. He's got some nose damage there, and I'm trying to see if that's even hindering at him. Steve Park throwback. You like it. There it is. D Zirkle's looking good. It's a beautiful looking car, but he comes to pit road. He doesn't lose that much ground. He finds himself up into the racetrack though. Bud Shearer, who had a great time at the Xfinity race, now finds himself in the mix here. It does have a lot of traffic with him, but he gets himself up to speed and everybody able to avoid there. Brian Huntley Jr. is going to have Mr. Van Scoik right behind him. There's the 66 and the 37 of Dakota Kramer trying to work together as well. I was looking to see what happened to Zirkle. Mr. Zirkle, all the way back here, I do believe he still has a little bit of that rear damage. Nothing big here. but it's still working. SRTV Network, number 14, has a teammate with him. Sean Burke with the RBS team trying to work with those two as well. But there's a whole lot of traffic behind him. And they're rolling. They're rolling in the biggest way. Dustin German, Jerry West. I was trying to see where our good friend Mr. Chris Spencer was. He is still 5 laps down. He's still trying to be competitive, though. Has Bryant Beach with him. They're going to work together. Try to bring Beach up to the front just a little bit more. Jerry West, this little 3-pack. I talked about it in my kind of a little pre-race thing that I had after a good green flag pit stop, you're going to see a separation. You're going to see 3 cars kind of be separated, 3 to 5 cars be separated. And right now you're seeing exactly that as well. The 96 trying to go to the outside of this little 2-pack here. And if I were him, I would just kind of roll. I mean, I know that he's trying to catch up to his teammates, but right now 2.3 seconds separates Nathan Bogart and Jerry West up here. That might not seem like much, but that is not draftability. What that is just running the line. And right now, Nathan needs a little bit of help. 18 to the 11 to the outside. 37 needs to get to the back bumper of the 66. And right now, Shane Wyatt and company passing these 2 drivers like they're standing still. That's what you should be doing. 18 to the back quarter panel of the 11, pushing from the right side as the 11 tries to drive down the track. They're not clear yet. Oh, they were clear, but the run that they were going to get. Oh, 11 turns. He's going to save it. Is he going to save it? Locks up the tires, little rear damage. Shane Wyatt. I just misjudged the teammate right there. Got to the back quarter panel, and they were trying to clear, and maybe just weren't clear enough, or maybe just misjudged that. That was it. There's a big run coming behind that's going to disrupt the air of the 18. It's going to give him more speed, and he's going to end up running into the back of. He ended up running into the back of Shane there. Man, they were rolling, man. Here's one more look at that. I'll show you what I mean as they're running around here. So they're clear here, and if they're clear and they're trying to drive down the track, it should have already been there. Already been down there once he was immediate clear. So the 18 drops down. Watch the run here. He's got air on the back, and now next thing you know, he's pushing the right side, and then nothing for anybody to hold on there. Shane gets the old loop-de-loo there. No helicopter. Oh, I should just you know what? He was having a good race. They were working really well together, and that was as aggressive as you could be. Shane's still on the racetrack though. He has rear damage. He doesn't have nose damage. So that's important in this, as that rear damage will not be a huge factor. But barring another caution, we still have 30 laps and a couple of green flag pit stops. There's a lot of time left in this racetrack. I guess the $50 bounty for first win won't be claimed tonight. Not over yet. There's a lot of racing still left. And if Shane can hook himself back up with somebody, he'll be able to make it work. Anthony Zirkle's back here as well. Anthony's a great pusher around here. He's got himself a pretty decent car. Tyler Bellinger, the 42. A lot of drivers had to slow down there, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity to make some things work. There's Nathan Bogart with Cameron Smith right behind him, so the 9's trying to pick up some pace as well. And right now, the top 3 not involved in that. They're able to kind of just do their thing. West, German, and Sean Burke here. The guy you saw at the beginning of the screen give the introductions, our Grand Marshal, also in the race, Ryan Chapman. Shoved? Did that make any sense? I do believe Bud Shearer was actually in the 6's car. And I mean, inside that was. Did I see that right? Did you all see that right? I'm asking for a friend. I think I'm confused. Sorry, I'm confused. Bud Shearer leading the second pack around here. He's got the 10 of Reynolds behind, so the teammates still trying to work together. This is Dakota Kramer. They're in that sixth spot. Van Scoik trying to make it work too. Single fly. Oh, Van Scoik does have that damage, but it's not really hurting him. There's a 66 of Nathan Bogart here. Trying to do it. Zena, I'm confused. Zena, you saw that? I'm confused. I mean, it seems like he's driving fine, and Bud didn't turn him. You know, I know this is a video game, but what I saw and what was on there at 60 frames per second at 4K or at 1080p was the 93 was halfway inside the number 6 car, and then nobody went around. That was crazy. Cameron Smith in 10th. Of course, they're all just GPS dots on my screen, so it's all good. Brian Beach in 11th here. Brian Huntley Jr. trying to close back down that distance. He does have that telephone pole look damage, and I haven't done it yet because I was waiting for the big one. He was. Yes, he was. 18 looks like he's going to stay low here. Getting some camera time. Tyler Bellinger, Anthony Zirkle trying to close up some distance as well into this field. Ramsdale just made a pass as well. He passed Austin Moore. They're battling for some lap down positions. Philip Bridgman in 21st here. He's doing just the same thing. He's got a brand new car. I wonder if this had everything to do with that big slowdown, because these drivers are trying to catch back up to that main pack and make sure that they're in the right kind of pit strategy here. Because they came to pit road a little later than the rest of the field. They came to pit road on 51, and Jerry West and company, these two cars are outpacing Sean Burke by himself. Sean just can't catch back up to that field right there. He could, but he's going to need a little help from behind. He's losing about a tenth a lap anytime he wiggles differently. Not a tenth a lap, excuse me. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm right. A tenth a lap. He lost 3/10 on that last lap, and I don't know what happened there. Jerry West, Dustin German ran the exact same lap time, so your race leader able to carry forward. But right now, Justin Reynolds and company, this little second pack, they were about a half second back from where they were before, and now 1.8 seconds as they catch the tail end draft, and they're going to start catching up. A lot of ground to be made, and right now these two drivers still trying to do the same thing. In 8th and 9th, Bud Shearer and company trying to hold on. Bud in the 93, making it a solo appearance here at the moment. Brian Beach and Brian Huntley Jr. trying to get to him as well. Just a lot going on that makes it difficult if you're not running with somebody. And Tyler Bellinger with Anthony Zirkle, these two drivers are trying to do the same thing. Mike's Paint, 25 to go. Right here, BNR Cup Series, Talladega 225. Of course, brought to you by Mike's Paint and Designs. There's a link for his Discord in the Facebook and YouTube chats. Make sure that you go and you check that out for me. Let's take a look at the social feeds. Make sure that I've got everybody rolling here. Rod, thank you for the like. Christopher, thank you for the like. Ricky, thank you for the like. Craig, thank you for the like. Rachel, you're amazing. Nate Cogdell giving me a like out there. Gemini Racing also liking. I thank you very much. Or Gemini Gaming out there giving me a like. It was glitched. It was glitched. Logan, thank you very much. It was kind of weird. Let's see. Somebody else just liked. Who just did that? Who did that? Maybe. Logan, thank you for the like out there. I wonder if it was you. Thank you very much for that. YouTube, thank you to everybody out there watching and all the likes out there. Make sure that it's a free way to support. Get up there, like and follow. And not only supports me, but also other streamers and gamers, because I try to shout out as much people as possible and the folks that have streams. You can also join the Facebook group Signature Esports Live. Put it in your search bar on Facebook. Share a bunch of stuff over there. That's I watch a lot of that stuff up there. So, man, oh man. West German Burke now have some company. Kramer started on the pole, trying to get back there. It's been a race. Green flag pit stop starting to happen again. That 50% fuel is starting to play a factor. Pause for the cause. It is my chance to hydrate, folks. You do so as well. Whiskey, water, wine, whatever you're drinking, drink it up. Drink, drink, drink. It's raining in turn 3, says Mohawk out there. Thank you for the hydrate break, folks. I appreciate you very much. Jess, Jeremy, and company now have a little extra speed, and with the drivers they've got with them, they're starting to catch some of these drivers that are a lap down. I wouldn't be surprised though if we don't start seeing red flags in iRacing here pretty soon. Because there is they were supposed to have added that element here recently, so we'll see. 81-11 trying to work together here. Rich Johns trying to get themselves into a better position. Ryan Chabin already into pit road and off of pit road to the number 6, making it work. So Shane Wyatt off 10 spots. He started 4th. He's in 14th. Rich Johns off 7. He started right there in 6th. So these guys are trying to make it work. Shane looks worse than it actually is. He just needs a group. Right now, Brian Huntley Jr. has Anthony Zirkle behind him. Big Zirk trying to find that Gym City Racing Network Ford Mustang in a better groove, because they need to catch Bud Shearer, and Bud Shearer needs to catch Cameron Smith. And I think they're starting to. 21 laps to go here. It is. It's been a good race. There's the cautions when and I talked about it the other day. Whenever because I drove with these guys on Thursday in the Xfinity race, and you have to go to Gym City Racing Network, check that out, and but you're gonna have to lock it down here. You got to get down to speed. They got 55 miles an hour is the speed limit on pit road. And they were close, or 60 miles an hour. Sorry about that. 60 miles an hour on pit road. 63 for Jerry West there. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe he didn't try to burp it there. Burke out front, Reynolds, Kramer, Nathan Bogart. Those are the top 4 drivers at the moment. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Shane White to pit road. He is going to go ahead and leave pit road. He went in for splash and go. Says, I need tires too. Went ahead and took that. It's going to be right there with the field. 223, a.k.a. the 7 machine. Burke working it as Justin Reynolds behind. So 2 teammates able to work together, and then right behind them, 2 more teammates, Dakota Kramer and Nathan Bogart. They're going to have to get down to pit road, get down to speed. You see Kramer lock up his tires. Bud Shearer is going to come around. This is a chance for Bud. If he can get in and get fuel, this will make a big, big difference. There's the 9 of Cameron Smith. Jerry West and company, they are about to catch him. The 36 a lap down is Rich Crane right there, getting a big old shove from the 14. They are up to speed. 14 going to go around with the 22 here. As things progress, Jerry West should be coming off of pit road about the time, or coming around pit road. He's getting close. These guys are going to be up to speed, and it's going to take some good pushing for Reynolds and Kramer to get themselves back in the mix. Nathan Bogart's going to be right behind as well. So they're going to have to get up to speed. They're going to have a lot of work to do with 19 laps to go. There's the 10. It's going to soak up the draft of the 14 and the 22, but he's going to have some help behind him. There's Rich Crane in the 36. If the 36 can close down that distance, get in front of him, the 10 can maybe give him a big old shove here and catch himself back up to Jerry West and company. They're having it. Shane Wyatt finds himself with the 81. He's got Cameron Smith coming off of pit road. There's Sean Burke right there coming off pit road as well. Sean had a hold in. Did he have a hold? I think did he speed on pit road? He did. He had a hold. So speeding penalty for the 223, a.k.a. the 7, who was leading. Brian Huntley Jr. is going to be right in front of him, though. Bud Shearer is going to be there coming around as well. 35 seconds 28 seconds off of Jerry West and the rest of the field. Ryan Chapman up to speed. Van Scoik up to speed as well. Van Scoik just has that nose damage. It's not really doing him any justice. Nathan Bogart trying to catch up to Kramer here. And if they can do that, Bogart will have a good run. There's Justin Reynolds with that field. And it's just kind of trying to make sense of it all right now. Jerry West and Dustin German, they have the 34 and the 45. Both of these drivers are a lap down at the moment. And to end the field, you see the inside line trying to hold on. There's the 9 right there. Cameron going to be right there with the 34. There's a lot going on here. The outside lane for Jerry West is going to be the preferred lane at the moment because there's traffic battling for position, and on top of the traffic battling for position, you've got drivers battling for position as well for the lucky dog position. 17 laps to go, an opportunity for them to run out of fuel coming across the line. There goes the 34. He's going to go up high and try to help out the 14 and the 22. Sam Harrell, first driver off the lead lap. That's going to be the 34. There's the 81 of Johns right there. It's Rich Johns. He is kind of back and forth with Sam. Both of these drivers completing the same lap. Shane Wyatt has some help now. He's going to be the middle car in this pack of 3. That's a good thing. Right now, you see Sean Burke with him as the 17 in front. Bryant Beach can take a push. The 17 can take a push. Shane has the opportunity to push here and gain some of that ground that he wants for a top 10. Jerry West, though, super strong in the series. Already has a couple of wins in the Cup Series. We've talked to him a couple of times. The 22 of Dustin German. We've talked to him a couple of times. This team, just a good team here for the BNR Cup Series. Justin Reynolds has some help, though, has the 10 with him. So Reynolds, after that early situation, the 00, is going to be able to be in third comfortably here. Dakota Kramer has some help from the 96. So a teammate to Jerry West and Dustin German drafting with this driver right here. Nathan Bogart, top 5 kind of night, has no help from anybody behind him and nobody in front of him. So he is kind of losing some ground here based on the fact that he's having to drive by himself. And his teammate, Anthony Zirkle, is right here trying to catch right back up to him. Jerry West has some lap down traffic trying to give themselves some room. Inside line run, the top 4 all lap down cars. Gonna get back on the lead lap here. Smith, one of those. That's the 9. 81 is going to be a lap. Would be the lucky dog. High line running for these drivers as they continue to move. We know the race leader wants to be out front, but if you've got a driver that can push and keep it consistent, well, they're trying to race for position here. People are like, I've heard people talking about it in officials and some other races, but realistically, this is what a line of 4 cars can do. They're trying to help each other out and be on the lead lap. Not only that, but try to work their way around the track with 14 laps to go. Barring any catastrophe, they'll be on the lead lap. And now the 14 and the 22 will be able to just kind of coast and save some fuel, especially that fuel that they might need coming down to the wire since they came out on 65. That's a 20-lap run. They're going to need it. 14 to the outside, tries to do the same thing again. 22 going to be right there to the inside. It's going to let his teammate back in line. Sometimes you got to be out of the throttle. There's the 88 of Bridgman, who started way up front. He is in 20th now, and that happened. Something happened there. He started second, and Phil right there in the 88, trying to have a better day, get himself back around there. I think just some things happening on pit road and pit cycles, and not being able to form back up. 14, 81, 9, 45. All catching back up. Jerry West has Reynolds not far off now. So now that little 4-pack goes back a lap down to the 14 and the 22 here. And, man, there was some good racing going on there. I don't understand. I missed it. I must have missed something there, folks. Looking at relatives and checking some screens here. Another pack of cars in front. That's going to be Bud Shearer and company. There is the 93. Right behind the 18 of Brian Huntley Jr., Tyler Bellinger in the 42. They're a little race. 12 laps to go. A little bit to go here, folks. One more time on the commercials, and right back with you.
The Outcast Racing League will be hosting a cash prize fundraiser event. 80 laps fixed setup at Talladega Speedway on January 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with a $10 admission for a chance to win up to a $100 first place, $50 second place, and $25 third place prize based on a max field of 40. Prize money subject to change based on size of field.
Wheels America Cup Series getting ready to kick off here. We'll have that very soon. 22 almost gets into the 14 right there. Thank you to my wife for doing what she does. She is out there not only moderating, but giving a like to the stream. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you. And let's see. All the folks out there on all the other platforms, you're all amazing. Thank you very much for doing what you do. Control room is still open. We're under 10 laps to go. 14 out front, 22. There's the 88 trying to be competitive as well. The other cars are getting runs on the 14 and the 22, and then it's kind of like they're battling back and forth. This guy right here needs a whole lot of help, and he needs to really be finding that groove, because he needs to be on the back bumper of that 36. I know that there's an opportunity here if something goes. But you've got Jerry West and Dustin German, who are teammates 1-2 right now, with some lap cars that don't want to be trying to interfere with the 1-2 race right here. It's kind of the way it goes. Van Scoy got himself around Bogart here, and right now they need that extra speed. So Van Scoy in fifth. There's Nathan Bogart in the 66. He is getting a shout out there. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Bogart, Miss Phoenix, Mrs. Phoenix. How are you doing? Debris turn 4? Yeah. Good to see it. Competition caution. Everybody needs tires. I can see that. The BNR Cup Series every Saturday night. They have got their hands cut out for them. That's for darn sure. And always good to see everybody running out there. Texas Kelva out there. Stick around on Twitch. I'm going to raid you over to Kelva after I'm done here in just a little bit, or at least we're going to make the attempt to raid you over to Kelvin, because of the way that all the stuff's been done lately. Not that I want to see it or care about it, but you know, it happens. 14, 22. Whoa, a little bit from the 88. 88 just trying to back himself out of the mix here. I thought I heard somebody crashing. Didn't show on my screen though. Take a look where they're going to be at next week. They're at Talladega this week. The Cup Series is going to go to Dover next week. That'll be fun. 120 laps at Dover. It'll be interesting to watch and be able to be a part of. 7 laps to go. Jerry West trying to dominate here and bring his teammate along with him. It's somebody that's not far off. There's the 9 with him. There's Dakota Kramer in the 37. Justin Reynolds still 5.5 seconds the difference. Needs a group of cars. Van Scoy, Bogart, and all these guys 30 seconds away. Kramer trying his best with the 9 to get themselves back in the mix. A top 5 night for him. Brian Huntley Jr. Still rolling. In the number 8 spot, Ryan Chapman behind the 6 of Chapman. Bud Shearer right there in front of him. Bud Shearer, part of the RBS team there as well. Shane White, 11th. The 11 in 11th. And Sean Burke behind him. They are working it. They are trying their darndest, that's for sure. This still has a lot to do with track position at the end of this. Just so you know, 14 out front. Hopefully he has enough fuel to make it, because right now they're 5 laps to go. They've been 20 laps on these tires, and that is he came out on 65. Pit lap was 65, so that's going to be that's a big deal here. Coming to pit road a little bit earlier might put your fuel strategy down. But I think if they've been saving, or if they've been trying to work it here, we'll see what kind of pit strategy they're going to have here, because the splash is going to be a big deal. Van Squeak, Bellinger, Huntley, and Chapman all to pit road now. As I think they're taking fuel. Going to be that last fuel strategy that they're going to need. Jerry West and company going to lead it here one more time. Lots of drivers coming to pit road. Justin Reynolds and company. There's the 18 to 36. Or the 10 and the 36 working together here. Jerry West, Dustin German still leading. Caution comes out. And that will be exactly what they needed for a moment there. And we're going to go and see what... I don't know what happened there. But we look at crashes here. Something happened. I'm looking. I've got nothing. Nothing. All right, let's just go through the field. What happened? Somebody gets sideways. I'm looking, folks. I want to see what happened, because this doesn't make any sense. Shane was already coming to pit road. Somebody get loose off of 1? Is that what happened? I'm not sure. Live. All right, they're going to meet back up with the pace car. And, yeah. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Calling a protest. Oh, man. I think Shane is still in that free pass position. It's a lot of drivers right there. They're going to be back on the lead lap here because of not the release. There was something happened there. There's Jerry West, Dustin German, Ryan Reynolds, Dakota Kramer is coming back around. He's going to be there. There's Nathan Bogart coming off pit road. Bud Shearer is going to be in the mix. Sam Harrell's going to get a free pass here. So Jerry West, Dustin German, Justin Reynolds. These guys are coming to pit road. It'll be a green-white checkered. I think there's 2 attempts at a green-white checkered here. And man, oh man. If you haven't done so, make sure that you do that. Give me a follow over there, twitch.tv/Signature Esports. And likewise, make sure you do so, facebook.com/Signature Esports, youtube.com/Signature Esports. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. We have it all. Why? Because we can. John, thank you for the like out there. Appreciate you very much. As we're going to figure out what happened here. I have no clue. Kind of want to see. I don't want to talk to him. Excuse me. I'm gonna find out. Let's talk to. Is there an admin? Let's talk to. I don't know. Well, Jerry West will be your race leader. That's still the real thing. He needed fuel. There's no way to make it on fuel. That we did know. 18 to 20 laps is really pushing it. and they had already gone 20, so that was, almost 22. So being able to draft with some people did make that work out front. So being out front's not the best situation, but one often can be the end all to be all. Third caution of the race, and because I just like to do it, we're going to do it again. Helicopter to the field because they're all awesome. There's my helicopter award. Special thank you to the RBS Racing team. One of those drivers right there, Justin Reynolds, is going to be a part of that. And then the number 7 is Sean Burke still up there. Bud Shearer, a part of that team as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Shane should have gotten we did not. He is not going to be on the lead lap. I do believe there's 2 attempts at a green, white checker. Talk to Shane and tell him that the sponsors want to see something spectacular or good or bad. We don't want that. We want clean racing. We're going to see something spectacular. Somebody's going to win this race. That's what we want. Not bad. We don't want bad. That's not what we want. We want these guys have this league and they want some clean racing. I know that. I was going to check I am going to do that real quick. I'm going to go and I'm going to throw my Twitch logo up. I want to check and make sure the info says how many green, white checkers there were. I just want to make sure that I get it right for you. Nope, only one attempt at a green, white checker. Did you know that? One attempt at a green, white checker. Thank you for your patience, folks. I appreciate you. So this will be the only green, white checker. So we're going to have something good or bad right here. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Let's go 66. It's dark out there. Good to see you. And good to see all the folks out there. Thank you for all the chats. Thank you for all the interactions today. Absolutely a blast to have everybody. It's always good. It's always good to see everybody out there. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. I'm going to go through and like everybody's stuff. Chris, you've been following for 228 days? Or 256 days for Rach. 228 days for Christopher. Thank you very much to each of you out there. Rach, you've been following me for a minute. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody out there on all that. Carly, thank you for the like, dear. Much love to you as well. Hello to you. We are about to go green, white, checkered racing here. iRacing, the platform for all racing. BNR Cup Series, the platform on Saturday nights here for Signature Esports. Teammates will be side by side. 14, 22, 00, 37, 93, 66. That'll be your front 3 rows, and we are going green. You always tune in at the right time. You're catching the end of the race. Well, not the right time. You should tune in for longer, but you're catching the last laps of the race. Yeah, this is the same league that I raced in the other day, but they're driving cup cars. And now we're going to have a shootout between 2 teammates. And don't count out. There is the 00 behind. Justin Reynolds is going to be trying to make something work here. They got to go on green for the restart. They do. Get it green. 14-22 drag race down the middle. Justin Reynolds and Dakota Kramer, your pole sitter, back up and forth. Needed that break. And right now, the 22 is going to drop in line. German trying to hold on. They will definitely need a white flag to be able to hold on to some things here. Caution, that is your race right there. They are wrecking in the backfield. And there is your race. There's no racing around the back. Here's what happened, folks. We're going to find out what happened back here. Hold on. We got to go all the way back here. Sorry about that, folks. I think the 9 got to the 93. 93 looked like he came up a little bit right there. So here's Bud Shearer. And the 93 trying to make moves. 9 comes down, taps the 93. Oh, Cameron was not clear there. Little far chase here. I found out where it happened, folks. Here's the end of the race. 9 trying to clear the 93. Gets to the 93, turns the 93. And there is your officially unofficial helicopter. Something happened to another car. And there's the big one. Big one happens right there. Jerry West, Dustin German, Justin Reynolds. So that'll be your top. It'll be your race win right there. Shane did something. There's the helicopter award. It goes to the 93. Thank you to Mike's Paints out there. Mike's Paint and Designs. Find the Discord. Get in there. Get involved. And be a part of that. Thank you to RBS Racing for what they do here. Officially unofficial. Only one attempt at a green-white checkered. Jerry West is going to be your race winner here. And he's going to do it in style under the caution. The Louisville, Kentucky native is going to have a ton of fun. Dustin German will come home second. Justin Reynolds, they do have to cross the start-finish line, so we'll see him do that. He just can't pass the pace car first, because if you do, then you get all, you know. There he is. There's the dude. He done did it. He was in the right spot at the right time. Caution came out kind of where it needed to be for some drivers to be able to get some situations back. I don't know what happened with the other caution. Still don't know. Thank you, Carly. I appreciate you, dear. So that's kind of where it rolls. 14 wins it. It's a good old-fashioned smoke show. We're waiting for everybody to cross the start-finish line so the race results will show up, folks. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Here's a 14. Don't bump the car. Got to take pictures of it. Man. Try to take pictures of cars. They do this to me every time. You know that, right? All right. Race results on your screen. Jerry West. German, Reynolds, Kramer, Bogart. That'll be your top 5. Harold Van Scoik, Shearer, Burke, Chapman, Beach, Huntley Jr. will be in 12th. Ramsdale, Johns, Bellinger, Zirkle, Philip Bridgman, and Cameron Smith will be... Whoop, but we do this the right way. Cameron Smith, then Rich Crane, Shane Wyatt, Austin Moore, then Spencer Blackwell, Brandon Moore. John Hammond was out there running the numbers for us. Thank you to John and Rob out there as well, being a part of the field and doing what they do. There's the man. We'll talk to him here in just a second. Yes. You might have to talk to Shane's teammate there. Oh, and Brian did everything he could. He had the right move whenever that happened to Shane, and what happened there was the extra down lift on the downforce kind of went straight to Shane's rear bumper, and that's how it happens. Jerry West burning it down. We're gonna give a little chit chat with him. We'll have a little talk with him. Let's see what we can do. Here is the man himself, the man of the hour, the guy, the living legend, Jerry West wins it again here in the BNR Cup Series. Congratulations. Right time, right place. And you and Dustin were just on a tear.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I think we had like a 6-second lead there at the end, and the caution come out. We was kind of curious what happened, but
not a clue.
yeah, I was worried about Dustin there at the end, though, to be honest with you. He's always got some kind of trick up his sleeve, and he said he was going to stay behind me there. You know, we're teammates, so. But you never know what's going to happen coming off turn 4, man. Things could change easy for a win. I
mean, Jerry, I like you, but even if you and I were in a race together and we were teaming up, I probably would have still tried to pass you too. So, I mean, you know, it does happen that way. I'd expect the same thing from you. So, close on fuel there at the end. Caution comes out, have to come get fuel.
Yeah, man. And when the caution came out, I had to go in a save mode because we barely had enough to get back around into the pits there. Luckily, I had Dustin behind me. He said he'd push me if I needed it. Luckily, I made it back to the pit there, so I didn't need a push from him. But yeah, it was close, man. We was coming into the pits, and if we'd have come in, man, we'd have really had trouble on our hands, man, because it would have been tough trying to come back from that, especially with one green-white checkered there at the end. It sucks we didn't get to run it out there at the end. Of course, we wanted to race it to the checker flag and see who got it, but yeah, I just don't trust Dustin, man. He tells me these things, man, and it's hard to believe because I'd probably try to take it from him. But I gave him one at Vegas. He let me get one here, so I think I think he was being honest, but who knows, man. But big shout out to him for all the help, man, and all my teammates. I know a couple of them, like Chris and Brian, didn't have the best of luck. Chris, he had internet issues there trying to get in, so he started a lot of laps down, and Brian got caught up in something, I believe, or had trouble on pit road. So it was just me and Dustin at the end there, and I kind of thought about reaching out to Robert Reynolds for a push because I knew he was starting behind me, and I wasn't trusting Dustin too much. So it's just hard to do. I'm in VR. It's hard to send a message like that, especially when you're pacing out there in the car. So we just kind of went with it. I told Dustin, all right, get ready, set, go, and don't cross the line. Don't switch lanes before the start finish line, and hopefully he'll get behind me, and he did that. So it's just unfortunate that the caution came out there in turns 1 and 2.
It was interesting to see. I don't know what the caution before that was. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't see. So, but it was a great finish regardless. Big wreck at the end. Got to give helicopter words out. That was even better. Jerry, congratulations once again. Give the rest of your shout outs. I know you got your team and everything else that you do over there at SRTV.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, shout out to the admins, man, because it's a lot of work doing this, which is why we don't try to do it. It's a lot of work putting on a league. So they're behind the scenes doing all the hard work, making sure these races go and staying up after to watch the replays, to do the penalties and all that. So big shout out to all the people that help with that over at BNR Racing League. And all the drivers that showed up first and foremost, because those guys, man, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have that much fun out here. So thanks for everybody showing up. But you got to give a shout out to the people out there in the chat. Hey, and thanks, Carly, for the congratulations there. But my teammates, man, like I said, I couldn't do it without them. Smoke Show Racing, man. Here we are in victory lane once again, and Dustin gets a P2. So it works out pretty good for us as a team. But SRTV Network's on the hood of this thing. That's what we do it for. So thanks to you up here in the booth. We're going to go back and watch it later, man. Signature Esports, man, one of the best. I hang out in there and watch them all the time. So I'm excited to see this one.
I see you in there all the time, even whenever I'm in there in my Twitch chat, just gaming and getting mad and, cursing at people because you know what they're doing. Jerry, congratulations once again. I look forward to seeing you guys here next week, my man.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Jerry West, your race winner, and does it in style. Let's talk to his teammate, Dustin German. My man, you had a day yourself. You guys were 1-2 for the longest time. And trying to battle through early on, it seemed like that was where you needed to figure out that line that was going to run. Was the top line going to come in, because they just made that update to iRacing where the cars are supposed to be able to drive around the super speedways a little bit better. What'd you think, and how'd your race go?
Yeah, the race went well, man. It went really good. Me and Jerry just hooked up. We had the same plan. We do this every time we go to super speedway. Just ride around till it's time to go, And as far as the update, I don't think they did much to this car. If they did, they need to work on it because it was pretty terrible. But yeah, you could just ride the bottom. The top didn't really work unless you had a couple people with you. And just being two people, me and Jerry, I just could never get to his bumper, even with him letting off. So, it was kind of we had to get used to it and just make the most of it.
It seemed like that once you and Jerry had some lap traffic around you, that was whenever you guys were able to actually use that tunnel of air to be able to make yourself competitive for stretching that lead that you had, because you had it was the 7. You had Sean Burke with you there for a little bit, and as you started to get that lap traffic around, you were able to actually pull yourself away from that field, and then you got in front of that lap traffic, put the drivers that had just passed you for a lap down, and this was 20 laps to go, in caution, not 20 laps to go, 10 laps to go, and you got this caution that comes out. You're able to find that hole, that honey hole, and make it work, and you're able to do it on the outside there for a little bit, but is working with lap traffic when it comes to trying to keep yourself away from that relative shrinking behind you a little bit better or worse in some cases or situations there?
Well, it kind of just depends on who it is. Most of those guys, I think there were about 5 cars. you know, they were strong and they passed us on the outside. And once they got in front of us, they just kind of just slowed up. I guess they kind of just got, you know, comfortable. So we wasn't trying to slow up. We just wanted to keep it wide open. So we went back around them. I was hoping that one caution before the last one didn't come out because we had been on a long green flag run and we were going to have to pit again with like 3 laps to go. And it seemed like me and Jerry were just eating them up on pit road on the green flag stops. And at that point, I think we had about a 6-second lead. And I think we could have probably grew it to almost 10 if we could have went green and kind of just settled it between me and Jerry. But, you know, it worked out pretty good. I mean, it went into plan like we always do it. So I'm happy with my result. I'm glad Jerry got the win too.
Would you have tried to pass him? I have to ask.
If we would have went green, probably. But there, you know, the way it was with you know, just me and him against the field, I was going to just push him. I didn't want to risk it.
Gotcha. I still would have passed him even if it was I was in your shoes there. Jerry wins it here. You come home second, my man. Give the rest of your shout outs out there. Congratulations once again. It's always good seeing you guys up here.
Yeah, man. I just want to thank you and Signature Esports for doing this thing, and BNR and Brian and Charles. And we got a in-race admin tonight. Want to thank him also. And the whole field, they did a good job, you know, keeping it green for that many laps. I didn't expect that. And fuel runs were short, which that made it interesting. I think we ended up having to pit about 5 or 6 times. And a shout out to my sponsor, SRTV, and my team, Smoke Show Racing, and Jerry for getting the win. And that's it, man.
All right, Dustin, congratulations. I look forward to seeing you guys at Dover next week, and we'll most definitely see what you guys got for that short track. I like Dover. That Monster Mile is going to be tough.
Yeah, she's going to be bad. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man. Dustin's going to be P2 for today, and he does a phenomenal job at bringing it home for the SRTV. But last but not least, the guy who finished third, even though it was under caution, he was there. He was working his way through, I believe, through some strategy there. You would have been right there, at least inside the top 5 for sure. Justin Reynolds, part of the RBS team here. Justin, walk us through the race. I know the cautions come out kind of late there and kind of jumble some things around, but it kind of chokes everything back up. Caution doesn't come out. Where do you find yourself?
Yeah, so basically on lap, so I was trying to take it easy. Like, we was up front, and then I kind of lost the pack. Well, I didn't lose the pack, but I lost my teammate. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to ride back here in about 14th. Just taking it easy. We had Jerry West and all them behind me. I was like, all right, I'm not going to lose the pack. I'm just riding it easy, and I believe it was a 61. He gets in the wall, and he rides the wall until, like, the exit. And then, like, he pulls it off the wall so hard, I have no time to react, and he just clobbers me. I got to use a fast repair. I got a meatball. So after that, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just going to chill, you know, kind of ride. Me and Sean was working together pretty well, and we had a couple other people with us. And when we went to pit, Sean, he got a black flag. He sped in the pit road.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. So after that, all I got is Richard Crane to work with. Not that Richard's a bad person. I like Richard. But he's a lap down. I have no help from behind me. Dakota Kramer pit with me. I don't know if he got a penalty or what, but he come out like 4 seconds behind me. So I have no help. I'm trying to push Richard as hard as I can. But with this package here, you cannot suck up with just 2 cars. You need 3. So I'm trying to get to him. I'm doing all I can. And then the caution comes out. So when that caution comes out, I'm like, okay, that's a good deal. Which I kind of felt bad too because my RBS teammate, Bud, he's saving gas the whole time. He could have made it on fuel, I believe. It was very, very, very close. So he could have got the win there, but we don't know because it obviously caution come out. So, and then we get that last restart, and I see that there's only 1 green, white checkered. I'm like, man, this ain't going well. So we got 1 green, white checkered. It goes green, and we get a caution pretty early. So we didn't have a chance, which, you know, you had teammates up there. Dustin German, he's pushing Jerry West. And I didn't really have any friends per se, no teammates anyways. So I don't know what would have happened, but I was definitely going to send it.
It's a full send mode last on a green, white checker. Well, at least when you take the white flag, then it's full send mode. That's what I did the other day, right? Justin, congratulations on a P3 finish. I know that your team sponsored the race. Mike's Paint. Talk us about the paint.
Yeah, so Mike's Paint, man. He's one of the cheapest guys out there, and he does really good paint. He can put whatever you want on that card. You ask him for what you want, he'll make it happen. He's a great guy. He loves to do this. He's good at painting, and that's really about it. Like I said, he's cheap. Make good paint schemes. What more can you ask for? Go to him for all your paint needs.
There it is. Put the link for the Discord and that in the description for the races on Facebook and YouTube, folks. So go and check that out. It'll be in there for it as well. Justin, give the rest of your shout outs. Any more shout outs out there for you? Always a congratulations to the RBS team. Especially, I was kind of hoping one of you guys were going to finish inside the top 3 so we have a talk.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried there. Like I said, Sean, he sped through pit road. Bud, I don't really know what happened. I was pushing him, then I was like a foot off of his bumper, and it turned him. I don't know if it was some lag or net code or what. It was really strange. I'm really sorry that happened.
When you go back and watch the race, Bud Shear was inside of Ryan Chapman's car for a while. So
See,
I don't know what was going on there.
Well, yeah, that was me too, because all right, so you got Ryan Chapman, then you got Bud, then you got me, and we wasn't making any ground on just 2 cars, because Sean the whole time he's like, "Hey, look, I'm staying off these guys. I'm not pushing them, so you guys can catch." And Bud was pushing the heck out of Ryan, and we wasn't making any ground. So I'm like, well, this, something's wrong. So I was like keying the mic. I'm like, hey, do you have damage or something? And he said, no, I ain't got no damage.
He didn't.
And I'm like, well, we're not making any ground. So then Bud goes around him. And then, like I said, that weird thing happens there where I turned Bud. I don't know if maybe Bud was lagging or what was going on there. But I just couldn't believe that happened. And I can't apologize enough. I don't want to wreck anybody, especially not a teammate.
Oh, absolutely. But it happens, man. It is super speedway racing. Brother, give your shout outs out there. I'm going to let you guys go.
Well, like I said, I got to thank Mike's Paint. He's great. Get with him for anything you need as far as painting on iRacing. He's a great guy. Does good paints and very cheap. And then RBS, thank you guys, Bud and Sean, for all you guys do getting out here and practicing together. It's always a lot of fun. And then also, you as a streamer, you put us out there good, great, and you stream. I mean, you sound like a professional. You know what I mean? You are a professional. You sound awesome. And also the guys who run this thing, Brian and Charles and John Hammond. Yeah, this is his first night doing the race control. He did pretty good. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. All right. Well, congratulations once again. Always a ton of fun to see you guys. And, of course, I look forward to seeing you guys here next week at Dover, man.
Right, later on, man.
Absolutely. Justin Reynolds comes home third and does it in style. He is Robert Reynolds in my Discord, in my chat, but it's up there on your screen the way it is. Jerry West is your race winner. Thank you to everybody out there on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, for tuning in tonight. Thank you for what you do. And go out there, have some fun. Be kind, be safe to one another. Tune in tomorrow afternoon before the Rams win. Let's go Rams. Tune in before playoff games tomorrow afternoon and get yourself locked in for some Outcast Racing League. That'll be tomorrow. You're fine, Carly. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you to everybody out there blowing smoke out there. Jerry West giving us a little update. The last caution was someone wrecking inside pit lane. We went back and reviewed that, and it was a little more than that. There was they kind of got all the caution beforehand before the last caution. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I hadn't gotten to it. Make sure to hydrate. I did. I went ahead and selected that. I can do that from the stream thing over here now. So. And thank you to everybody else out there for what you do. Reach out, give somebody a call, tell them you love them. Call your mom, call your dad, call the better half, call your kid, tell them you love them. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the next stream. Appreciate you, and man, it was a good one. It was a good race. I'm gonna send Twitch over to my good buddy Kelvin. You too, buddy. I appreciate you.